All right, hello again. So, continuing on here, trying to figure out this squeak in the floor here, and again, this just confirms my conclusion that I should have stuck with my original plan and welded 1" by 2" rectangular tubing across there rather than run the 2x4s, and I wouldn't have had this problem. But anyways, I didn't do that, so now I have to come up with plan B. So if you remember what an MCI bus looks like, or if my old videos, you can look back through that, whatever, if you like. Anyways, that center channel that's down in the bus here that I'm using for return air, there's a flange that the 2x4s sit on right under here, and I just have it C-clamped at the moment, and it seems to be getting rid of the problem. So what I'm going to have to do is drill down through all this wood and put some bolts, bolt it to that flange that's down in there. I guess I'm going to do every 16 inches, I guess, on every one on both sides. So there's be one. I got one hole here. I'll have to go along and cut another hole right about in here. I'll have to measure and figure out where that is, but right about in here, anyways, and bolt the other side and bolt it all the way down. The front up here, it doesn't seem to be a problem because it's sitting on, there are 2x4s under there, but it's also sitting on the framework, the tubing that runs across for the slide outs. So that's doing most of the support. So it's the front here back to about the stairs, that seems to be fine. It's not making any noise. But when I get back here farther, that's where it seems to be the noise developed, and I don't really know why it's all of a sudden started now. It's been down for a year and a half or more, the floor, but it is, so that's the way it is. So only thing I can think of is maybe it's starting to, the wood's drying out maybe a little bit, I don't know. Anyways, whatever, it doesn't matter really, I guess why, really. It's just something I'm gonna have to deal with. So not really that big of a deal. It takes, it's only taking 5 minutes to cut a hole, and I think I'm going to get some 4" carriage bolts, and I'll just put the bolts in or the nuts on from the bottom side. I'll use nylock nuts, so they no chance of them coming off, and just bolt it all down. And on the outside edge here, it seems to be fine because it's sitting on, well, I don't know, it doesn't really make any sense. The center's sitting on the steel as well, so I don't really know why it's a problem in the center. But anyway, no point worrying about why. But the solution is going to be to cut holes at every seam where there's a 2x4 down here, and just bolt it. So I need a couple of dozen bolts, and I'll just have to take a day and go along and do it. But anyways, at least it didn't take that long to figure out how to, what the solution is, and I'll just have to take some time and do it. Won't really take all that long. I'd rather take the time to do that now than put up with a creaking floor for the rest of my life. Anyways, that's that for now. Anyway, and another little tidbit with the insulation. It's kind of a sun's half out, but it's not bright and sunny by any means. It was raining last night. I was just checked the bus up top, and its temperature in there is 79, no fans or anything on. And this one here is same thing. The windows are all closed and no fans or anything on, and the temperature is zone 1 temperature is 68, zone 2 which is the front driver's compartment, 67. Zone 3, the bedroom, 66. So over 10 degrees, 10, 13 degrees cooler in this bus than the other one, and everything's exactly the same. So this insulation obviously works way better than whatever's in the other one. Not that I'm surprised, but it is nice because I know that this one will be a lot easier to heat than in the wintertime and keep cool in the summertime. Anyways, another little tidbit of information. So it ain't pretty, but going along and chopping holes in the floor like this, and then putting a lag bolt down to the framework below is working. Pretty much got rid of the, well, it did get rid of the creaking. No more creaking. I got a couple more. My oscillating saw, the last blade I had broke, so of course, being a dumbass, I went and cut one in the wrong spot. So now I have another hole to fill. Anyways, at least it's working. I got those two there done. So I got 2, 4, 6 more to do in here. And so that's not too bad. Just using these, I went and got some 4-inch carriage bolts and lock nuts, nylock nuts, and just bolting it to the flange. So I don't know if this will really film down in here very well or not, but that original floor or walkway that's down there, and this, my heat duct is in it. And there's a stainless steel lip right in here that the original floor used to be bolted to. So I've got these carriage bolts drilled through and bolted to that, and sucked down and clamped to that, and that's gotten rid of the creaking. So it's all good. I'm sure some of it would have disappeared when I put 500 pounds or so of cabinets on the and ovens and all that stuff on the into that area, and a 350 pound fridge in this area. It's gonna probably some of it would have disappeared anyways, but I don't want to take a chance. So I may or may not continue this back another couple of doesn't seem to be creaking here, but I might, just to be on the safe side. I got enough bolts to do it. I might do a few more back in here. We'll see how ambitious I get. But it's not creaking back in here at all. But I'll decide before I put the flooring down, obviously, whether to do that or not. So, anyways, another disaster averted. That's it for now. So I got all the flooring, the squeaks stopped, so that's good. I got the subfloor done. So what I did is I put this piece here is 3/8 like the like what's at the front. Just trimmed around the cabinet bases. And then this next piece is 5/16, so it drops a 16th. And that's 3 feet wide, I think. And then this piece here is 1/4 inch, so that's another 16th. And then the last piece here is it drops that last 1/4 inch. So this is 1/8 inch, so it's an 1/8 inch drop here. And then another 1/8 inch drop from here down to the original height, and then we'll put when we do the flooring, we're going to put underpad rubber underlay under it because the floor is going to float, and so we'll just put an extra piece right in here, back about 1 foot or so, and maybe the same thing there. I doubt it though. That's only 1/8 of an inch, so but we'll see. My brother is the flooring expert, so if he says we put it in, we put it in. Yeah, and got all this done in the bathroom. All the holes all filled back up again, and all the bolts in and everything. So the creaking is all stopped. There's where the vent. I was going to put 2 vents back here, but I think I'm just going to go with 1. That'll be plenty of air to return. That's the return air back to the furnace. So that'll be lots of vent for that. The original floor that all this, or walkway that's underneath all this, that is the return air channel, is in the center of the bus, but because this wall here is wider, you know, anyways, it's over the hallway. I know, I'm having a brain fart. The door is not centered in the bus, it's offset. So if I put 2 of those in they would have to be, they wouldn't be centered in the door, and still be over the channel. But with 1, I can center it in the door, it'll be over the channel, and it'll flow plenty of air. So that's what I'm going to do. I got the front ones installed, and they were 3/4 inch. My flooring is 1/2 inch, half 9/16, something like that. So I cut them down in the table saw to the height of the flooring, and so I have to stain them yet, but that's basically what it's going to look like. It's going to be flush. And these pieces here, that's the channel underneath there that the air returns. So I'm going to, this weekend, close this stairway all in. I'm starting to make the stair nosings. I'll show you those in a little bit when we get a little farther with them. And then and the rail edge, and then we're making them out of the same flooring. And I'm going to do the enclose that whole stair and case area and everything this weekend. And then we're going to install the flooring back to the bathroom door. So wherever it ends up here in this doorway, we'll stop there, and for now. And then when I got some more work to do back in the bedroom back here, I still have to pull the flooring up and deal with this uneven floor back in there around that around the hatch, and that finish the hatch, all that kind of stuff. But I want to get all this wood off the bed frame, because it's destroying that slide out. It's way too heavy. Then I can replace the wheels that got broken and stuff. So if I get as much of this flooring down as I can, then I'll just store the rest of it in one of the slide outs or something. So anyways, that's what we're working at, and hopefully the next little segment we'll have some flooring down. And I might take a little bit of video of what I'm doing down here tomorrow. It's Friday night. I'm not going to do too much tonight, but I'll start on it in the morning, and I'll video a little bit of that, I guess. Anyways, that's it for now. Alright, so here's another little segment. Just framing in the landing and staircase area. I built a little cubby up in there for storing shoes and whatnot. It's just an empty space up in the bay anyway, so I figured I might as well use it. So it's about 1 foot deep. It gives me a little bit more storage room for shoes and whatnot. I don't have to be sitting on a landing here and everything. So I'm just framing the stairs in right now. That back wall, which I have to put a vent line on that auxiliary fuel tank there, and before I can actually install this this wall here. So I'm going to have to you know, I'll build it and everything, but I won't actually be able to install it right now because I don't have a piece of hose, so I got to get a piece of hose. And I got this side to do yet. Bring that all in, and then I'm going to install the flooring back to the bathroom, as I think I mentioned previously. The fridge is going to be here on June the 17th, and I'd like to have this portion of the flooring done before it gets here. Boy, it doesn't take long for tools and crap to accumulate, does it? It was all clean in here when they had nothing in it when they did the insulation, and all the tools and stuff just seem to accumulate so easily. Anyway, yeah, so that's about it for now. I'll take some more video a little later on. Alright, this area is all done now. Ready for flooring. All closed up. It rained like crazy last night. Just a torrential downpour, and of course, being the dumbass that I am, I didn't, for whatever reason, have the door closed all the way, and so now this lower landing area is soaked. It'll dry out, but anyways, that's the way she goes sometimes. No big deal. This is the back side of that stair area. So I'm going to, when I get that kit, spray foam kit, I'll spray foam insulate that, and then I'll cap it with 3/8 plywood on here. I think I'll just put a I'm gonna have to trim that out of there. That's just a little bit too wide, isn't it? Never noticed that. I'll have to trim that a little bit, and then I'm gonna put a piece of aluminum just on this piece right in here, the cushion for the door here. When it comes down, there's a rubber bumper right up in there, and when it comes down and closes, that contacts in there, so I'll just put a piece of aluminum in there for it to ride against. Anyways, we're making some progress. Fridge is going to be here on Wednesday, so I'm trying to do a little bit of wiring as well. Put an electrical box in there, and a plug on the other side for plugging the fridge into. Just in the process of wiring them up at the moment. And anyways, yeah, I guess that's about it for now.